Your Wi-Fi might actually be slower. Because of 5 hidden settings almost nobody changes. And the crazy part? Most internet providers never tell you about them. In the next few minutes, I'll show you simple router settings that can reduce lag, improve streaming, make gaming smoother, and even make your Wi-Fi more secure. And no, you do not need to buy a new router. Some of these changes take less than 30 seconds. But one specific setting near the end completely changed my home internet performance. So don't skip ahead. Before changing anything, we need access to the router settings. Flip your router over. Most routers have a sticker showing the login address, username, and default password. Usually it's something like 192.168.0.1 or 192.168.1.1. Type that into your browser. If it doesn't work, don't panic. On Windows, open Command Prompt and type ipconfig. Then look for default gateway. That number is your router address. On phones or Mac devices, you can find it inside your Wi-Fi settings. Once you're inside the router dashboard, we can start fixing your internet. First setting, DNS. This one is massively underrated. Think of DNS like the internet's phone book. Every time you open a website, your router asks a DNS server where that website lives. Most people use the default DNS from their internet provider. And honestly, many ISP DNS servers are slow. Switching to a faster DNS can reduce response times and make browsing feel more responsive. Inside your router settings, look for Internet Settings, UIN, or DNS Settings. Then replace the existing DNS with one of these: Cloudflare 1.1.1.1 and 1.0.0.1, or Google DNS 8.8.8.8 and 8.8.4.4. Cloudflare is usually faster for most users. Save the settings. Restart the router. And yes, you may actually notice websites loading faster almost immediately, but the next setting is even more important because it protects your entire network. Now let's talk about a setting that could quietly expose your network: UPnP, short for Universal Plug and Play. It sounds useful because it automatically opens ports for devices and games. But here's the problem. It can also create security risks without you realizing it. Many malware attacks specifically target routers with UPnP enabled. For most people, you probably don't even need it turned on. Inside your router settings, find UPnP and disable it. Now, if certain games or apps ever need port forwarding, you can manually enable only what's necessary. That gives you way more control and better security. And speaking of security, there's another mistake millions of people still make. If your router still uses the default admin password, change it right now. Seriously. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make. Some routers literally ship with admin as both the username and password. That means anyone connected to your Wi-Fi could potentially access your router settings. And once someone controls your router, they control everything connected to it. Create a strong password, long, random, and unique. Avoid names or birthdays. Use a password manager if needed. This single change can dramatically improve your network security in under 1 minute. Now let's move to something that directly affects Wi-Fi speed. And this next tip is a game changer for crowded homes. Most modern routers combine both Wi-Fi bands into one network name. Sounds convenient, but it can actually hurt performance. Here's why. 2.4 GHz travels farther, but it's slower and more crowded. 5 GHz is much faster, but has shorter range. When both share the same Wi-Fi name, devices sometimes connect to the wrong band. Your gaming PC could suddenly jump onto slower 2.4 GHz, and you may never realize it. Instead, create separate Wi-Fi names. For example, Home Wi-Fi 5G, or Home Wi-Fi Legacy. Then manually connect phones, TVs, gaming devices, and laptops to the faster 5 GHz network. Leave smart home devices on 2.4 GHz. This gives you far more control and often noticeably better performance. But wait until you see the next setting, because this is where most Wi-Fi interference happens. Imagine living in an apartment building where everyone is shouting on the same frequency. That's basically what bad Wi-Fi channels look like, especially on 2.4 GHz. Most routers stay on auto, and sometimes they choose terrible channels. For 2.4 GHz, stick to channel 1, 6, or 11. Those are the only non-overlapping channels. Everything else creates interference. And interference means slower speeds, unstable connections, and random lag spikes. Now for 5 GHz, there's another setting called channel width. If you want maximum speed, use 80 MHz. But if you live in a crowded area with lots of nearby networks, 40 meters or even 20 meters may actually give more stable performance. Less interference, less packet loss, more consistency, especially for gaming and video calls. And now, the final bonus tip that most people completely ignore. Here's the truth most companies don't advertise. Wireless mesh systems are convenient, but wired access points are far better. If possible, run Ethernet cables between floors or rooms. Then connect access points using wired backhaul. Why? Because wireless mesh points still depend on wireless communication between each other. And that connection can weaken speed, stability, and latency. A wired connection removes that bottleneck completely. The result? Faster roaming, lower latency, more stable speeds across your entire home, especially in larger houses. So before spending money on a new router, try these settings first. Because sometimes, your Wi-Fi isn't slow from bad internet. It's slow from bad configuration. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and comment which setting made the biggest difference for you. And if you want more smart tech tips that actually work, watch the next video on your screen right now.